Let's start with Rafah. We're going to start with Rafah. The Philadelphia corridor is still the focus of Israeli operations in Rafah, and creating and expanding the Philadelphia corridor. Israel's looking to expand it to as much as a kilometer along the border with Egypt. And so a lot of their operations over the last week have been related to that. So let's look at number one here, because what the fighters in Rafah did this week was show us a series of booby trap ambushes, a series of videos here. We can see listening and camera gear here that the Israelis put into one of the tunnels, and the fighters shot at it. So we have in this example the Israelis going into the tunnel. The fighters here are showing how they wired it up. You can see they're disguising a television IED, 𝐓𝐡𝐞 built weapon there. He was hiding that. And now we're going to see them placing Radia IEDs. You can see the two fighters here holding them. Those are area blasts that are anti-personnel. They aim at anti-personnel. And of course, we've seen this all throughout the war. They're using a car backup camera to monitor that operation. So that was the first operation. This is a second booby trap here. We're watching the Israeli unit squad. They're going to come in here. 𝐓𝐡𝐞 counts them up to 9 in this operation. But again, you can see in the way that the Israeli soldiers are moving here, how they approach these houses and what it takes to carry out these booby trap operations. There's many layers to it, because the soldiers have to be lured into the area where the weapon is. And you're going to see the soldier here approach it and lift up the disguise that's hiding the IED. And just interesting that Rafah has been showing us these, because the Israeli military has been saying for weeks, this is now 3 months on this Rafah operation. And the Israelis have been saying that there's more booby traps in Rafah than anywhere else. And that might be related to the fact that the fighters have been able to watch everything that's happened in elsewhere in Gaza. But also it's part of the creation of the Philadelphia corridor. Israel's looking to demolish these houses. They're looking to find the tunnels, the smuggling tunnels on the border into Egypt. And it's put them in danger here. You're seeing the soldier here lift up the device there, and it detonates on them. So that's the first operation. We go to number 2 tomorrow, is a continuation of the series, the Ambushes of Death series part 2. This is in Yibna in Rafah, in central Rafah, and fighters are luring an IDF unit here with a K9. They showed us the K9, and 10 soldiers here. And the fighters in the audio of this, you can see the soldiers coming through the mouse hole in the wall there. So the soldiers have blasted that hole in the wall and are using it to come in to this building, believing that using not the door allows them to move around the booby trap. But as we're going to see here, that is not the case. We'll watch them come in, and the fighters are on this recording saying they're counting them. They're counting each of them as they come through the hole: 5, 6, 7, 8. The one fighter says, "Are you filming this? That's 8, 9." And 𝐓𝐡𝐞 said that they're filming these operations, in particular these booby trap operations that don't normally lend themselves to filming very well. They're showing these in Rafah because 𝐓𝐡𝐞 says that Israel's been hiding its casualties. And when you see operations like this with no correlation in the casualty reports, now we see fighter Israeli soldier number 7 entering, number 8's about to come through the tunnel, the mouse hole that they've created in the wall here. And there's going to be 10 in total and a K9. You're going to watch the K9 come into the screen here just as it's detonated. And the Jerusalem Post wrote about this the other day, and they said that there's been 30 K9s, combat dogs, killed in the war so far. So they've been playing, as we know, a brutal role attacking civilians, and killing civilians, as we know, in multiple cases throughout Gaza. These dogs are the targets of these operations as well. So you can see them come all through the holes in the mouse hole there. Do you want to do number 3 tomorrow? Because this is one more booby trap. This is a booby trapped entrance in Shabura camp. You can see the fighters wiring it up here. Again, we're going to see repurposed car backup camera be used to record this. The fighters here, you can see them carrying, these are radia devices. That's a barrel bomb that could be filled with explosives, that is filled with explosives, likely filled with unexploded ordnance from previous Israeli missiles that didn't detonate, as we've shown. You can see them just using the tunnels consistently still under the houses to set up these operations. And now you're going to watch the soldiers here enter. And the fighter says on camera, he says, they think nobody is here defending this territory. He says to us, come watch as we wipe them out. So these detailed booby traps have been happening in Rafah consistently, but this week, 𝐤𝐿 wanted to show us those on footage. If we look at number 4, you can see why these operations are challenging. This is an Israeli drone, and this has been a major aspect and advance in this war is the tactical deployment of drones for both sides. But for the Israelis, especially, constantly deploying these small drones and sending them into buildings to look for, to look what's in, to see if the buildings are booby trapped, to see who's inside. Here they see a tunnel that's very obviously marked, not hidden. But you can see, just wanted to show you this video because you can see the way that the drones have been deployed. And it adds an extra element to how to plan these booby trap operations when the Israelis are coming in like that. They also, in Rafah, in a field report, we didn't get a video from it, but we also saw the Red Arrow, the HJ-8, the Chinese anti-tank guided missile that we saw a few weeks ago be deployed for the first time in Rafah. In the field reports, they said it was deployed again against an Israeli armored vehicle. So that'll be interesting to see if there's footage of that. But we have seen that footage before, so they're using that weapon again, indicating that they have more rounds for that.
Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit like, leave a comment. These engagements help us with the YouTube algorithm, and it helps us to get around Silicon Valley censorship as much as possible. It does make a difference. You can also support our journalism by going to electronicintifada.net and clicking on donate now. Thank you.